Hey everybody, this is Ted from Mob Rules. Sorry it's a little bit late. I try to get the video out every Wednesday, but this time, yeah, life has been crazy. The adventures of landlording. I have been working on something, so I actually do have something to go through. I haven't made any big purchases in a while, so kind of waited for all the what would you say? All the rules to kind of come in. Now that we have stuff to look at, I'm still kind of on the fence about a lot of things. I'm just kind of putting stuff together that I have already done. However, I think I teased you guys with this at one point. It's a commission that I'm working on. It is I'm calling it Primaris Deredeo. I don't know if he calls it that. I don't think the Primaris was really much of a thing when we were discussing the project originally, or when he approached me about it. But it was basically like the guy loves dreads, and I can't blame him. I mean, that's part of the reason I play Iron Hands, is I can play with lots of dreads. But anyway, so he wanted to have a dreadnought that wasn't a Deredeo, and it would fit more along the lines of a lot of his other creations that use the kind of old style Sarcophagus dreadnought. He'd created some feet. That was these metal guys down below. I think they're phenomenal. He didn't really like them too much, but I think that might just be we're our own worst critic. I think they're pretty phenomenal. So I'm trying to keep them, but also add to it as well. So this is kind of, so far this is the corpus of what I've done. After seeing the Primaris Dreadnought, like I really wanted to make the Sarcophagus kind of look like that. So let's see if we can zoom in on there a little bit. So we have like that shielding that goes over the front of it. And then I think on there's like a double-breasted kind of a thing that the Primaris Dread has going on. So we try to emulate that. There's still going to be like rivets and everything, so you don't see a lot of the details. The arms are magnetized, so we can put the plasma cannonades on there. And it was a really simple conversion. Like all I really did was just try to get the tube in there with a magnet, and then shave down the shoulders on that guy and put a magnet in there. I'm contemplating putting another magnet in this plate right here. Then this missile pod just kind of friction fits. So let's see, I'll zoom back out. But yeah, and then try to kind of emulate the Deredeo, because it has those kind of more horizontally oriented exhaust ports as well. So here's the real deal. But let's see, you can kind of see over there. Yeah, it's a little black, but anyway, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So we have like the exhaust that sticks out here, kind of like the same philosophy. You have like those brackets back here, they're kind of mirrored here, but then still kind of has a little bit of, try to use a lot of the elements from the previous dread in there. Go away. Let's see, take this off, and then take a look at this guy. So yeah, that's where that's standing. And then let's see, after that you kind of take the top off. So then that's kind of, I did a little bit of drilling that guy out so it would fit, but otherwise it's the same old. Now here's where it gets fancy. Like the top half, like is a dreadnought with some modifications. This is a whole brand new fabrication. Let's see if we can get down a little bit. Right now, I kind of have a blue tack, so you can see some of that, the white stuff sticking out of there. That's just blue tack, or white tack, whatever. It's artist tack. Like right now, I have these plates. I'm thinking about doing like another double-breasted kind of element here, where it kind of slides down over, covers a little bit these hydraulic tendons, I'm calling them. And so depending on how it is, like since it's fully extended, these two plates slide opposite each other, and this one will lean back against the knee. That's the idea. It won't actually do that, but then when they collapse, the knee is bent the other way, they start to kind of pull in on each other and slide down. So that's the idea. And these are blue tacked in as well. I really kind of want larger plates as well, just to give it a little bit more bulk. So get that blue tack out of there. And there we go. So this is the inner workings. I do want to get a little bit, some more hydraulics in here. So I'll probably run some hydraulics kind of going down this direction on the backside, just to kind of give it like an excuse for how it moves. Then a lot of this, like he had already built in these hydraulics right here, as you can see. So that's taken care of. Then of course it like slides on this hinge. And then I think with the knee, I think we're just going to say that, you know, there's inner gears here. I'm kind of have something like that going on over here. There's going to be like a shroud, a hip shroud right here. But for the time being, then it'll stick out just like that. So this is kind of like this guy, you know, like the traditional gear system inside there. It's kind of hidden in there. I always kind of assume that was a gear. I don't know if it really is, but we'll have that. So so I got to take this, put some more strips around here, and then it'll be like that shroud on top, so you don't really see the whole shebang. So yeah, that's where that is. The backside, I did try to emulate this a little bit, so I tried to put, you know, there's a little bit of a grilling right there, as well as here. I don't know if that's like venting for the hip transmission or something. Then we have like hydraulics that'll kind of like bounce the upper torso back and forth a bit. I want to put some more hose work kind of coming down and going straight in right there. And then here you have, this is like a whole system of hydraulic lines that are going to come out and go into the knees that are a lot like this. So it's just like a really beefy version of this guy right here. So where they all like go into the knees, we'll have one going into each joint. Or actually, I'm sorry, it's going to go into the inner thighs and then the knee joint. So that's that. And then here's the bent knee. And then yeah, this one's going to be really tough to get those hydraulics to go in there. So I'll probably end up attaching them here. And then kind of on the back side, you have to have them kind of like offset a little bit. So that you can, you know, the hydraulic will push against something. So then, let's see, this is blue tacked in there as well. Got a lot of blue tacking. So this is that thigh piece. This is where the hydraulic is going to come down into the thigh. I did do a little, some movie magic on this one. So as you can see, the tube is bent a bit because I did want the tube or his leg to be kind of sticking off to the side. If you can kind of see that. So he's kind of, oops, no, you can't see that one. My hand is in the way. But yeah, I kind of wanted it off to the side, a more dramatic pose. So that was, you know, I did kind of cut a little bit of an angle on there. So that's that. And this comes out, hopefully. Pull out this grossness. And then finally, the hip. I'm really happy with how this guy is turning out. So, you know, I tried to get some of the pieces from the, oops, my hands are in the way. I tried to get some of the pieces from the original one in there. So there's a little bit of these straps that are right above the loin plate. I'm probably also going to put in some, maybe some grill work, instead of like sinking in, instead of being inset, it'll be outset. So it'll actually just come out here, stick out, and then kind of go down a little bit. And we'll presume that the vent kind of vents downwards, just kind of cheat a little bit because I really don't want to have to dig in there. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this guy turned out. Actually, a lot of people that have seen it have really liked it. Of course, I'm going to take some plastic card and fill in the gaps right here. Also have some more gap work to fill right up in here. But yeah, so that's kind of it. Let me know what you think. I'm really kind of curious about. I know the ankles have been a point of contention with my buddy, like whether or not to keep them. You know, like I said, I think it's like your own words credit kind of a thing. Oh no, looks like that broke. All right, we'll have to fix that. I did have to fix the hydraulic ram over here, so that's all right. Used to that. But yeah, what do you think, guys? What would you do differently? What would you like to see added to this? I know there's a ton of little details to go on there. You know, like there's the sheeting, there's all the rivets. There's a lot going on in this model, and a lot more to do. I'm hoping to get, you know, we got like most of it done now, but you know, I'm hoping to get a lot more done this weekend and see where it goes. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. I'll probably do another, like once I'm done with this, I'll do another video that just kind of like wraps up what I end up doing. I'm not going to paint it. That's his deal. So maybe when he's done painting it, we'll do another quick video. So anyway, I want to hear what you're interested in, what you want to see on something like this, or if you see like a conversion potential for something else using some of these elements. I want to hear about it. So yeah, give me a holler. All right, see you guys.